Ronan.
Welcome to Juice in the Morning. How's it going, guys? Today is a nice Sunday again, and we have a couple of guests in the studio. A perennial Juice in the AM All-Star, Creedon McCarthy. How you doing, buddy?
Hello. How's it going, everyone?
Hello. I appreciate you coming back and doing the show. Everybody always loves the music episodes. Everybody has always loved them. They're some of our highest downloaded episodes. You're literally right behind the psychic episode. So
cool.
So you're really close. And I didn't even title that one anything. It's just
nice.
It's just Juice in the Morning episode 81 or something. That's not right. Anyways,
that's not right.
Jam 81.
Yeah, exactly.
You and your jams.
I do the JAM.
You just got jammed.
I do the JAM because it's like the abbreviation of Juice in the Morning.
Oh, okay. I'm retarded because I did not think that was a thing.
We also have Jameson with us as well. This is the second time? Third time, yeah. So it's good to have you back. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be a great time. And, of course, we have the co-host that brings the second to most, I guess, instead of the co-host with the mostest.
Co-hostess with the most. I'll take that.
Co-hostess with the mostest.
Yeah.
All right, and we've got Shane back, obviously. How you doing today, man?
Great. I'm glad we're rolling 4 deep today.
Yeah, it's different. We haven't done this yet.
It's new to me. So I'm
Nights
excited.
at the round table.
Yeah.
At the rectangle table.
So I do have Jen's dad's visiting this weekend, and we are planning on building like a table right here so that I can kind of hide everything and make the wires look a little bit more respectable instead of being all over the place. But for now, I feel like it works pretty well. So
it looks pretty good.
The first thing that I wanted to let everybody know about is I've been a busy guy with podcasts. Last week I did our podcast, I did the football podcast, I did the Smugcast, and then I did Bumming with Bobcat. So I did 4 podcasts in 2 days.
It's a lot of podcasting. Yeah.
So Bumming with Bobcat was a
lot of talking.
It was a blast.
I need to know what that's about.
Bumming with Bobcat is a podcast where he reviews bum wines. So like MD 2020, cheap beers, Mickey's, you name it. He reviews them, and then he also has guests on like myself. And it was a great time. We talked holiday drinking tips. We talked cocaine. We talked partying.
It's always that time of the year is snowing.
It's snowing.
Well, naturally you talk about cocaine. I mean,
it's gonna be a white Christmas.
Comes up in most of my conversations.
Well, speaking of that, I want to know what you guys feel about me being on the Smugcast when we started talking about 4-foot penises.
4-foot penises.
Whoa.
We kept talking about how you would just like pull it out and it would lay on the table.
Dirk Diggler style, just fucking laid on the table. What's up? That's that's not what people want.
Well, if
it's
you
uncomfortable.
If you want to hear us and the Smugcast thoughts on that, download that episode because it was fun. It was interesting, and we got another review on Apple Podcasts. So I'm just going through the business side of things right now, guys. So just bear with me for a moment.
No, it's great.
But yeah, it was another, like Shane said, he likes it when we get reviews of people that clearly don't know us, because the ones from our friends and family are just as nice, but you don't know if they're being honest or not.
They're just
it's
supporting.
biased.
They're just being
biased,
supportive.
Yeah. I like a nice pure review.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling that most of ours are not pure because we have 30 ratings and they're all 5 stars. I don't know if that's accurate or not.
I don't know. We're pretty good.
But I'm going to read this one.
You're the best around.
That's great. You should play that sometime.
Get you now.
But yeah, so this one just came through this week. It says, love Juice in the AM, Justin, Shane, and their wide variety of guests. I'll let them go with that a little bit because it is Juice. It's not Justin. Justin, Shane, and their wide variety of guests consistently bring great humorous banter and thought-provoking topics to the table each episode. Sports, conspiracy theories, current events, almost anything you can think of is up for discussion each week. My only suggestion is they do away with some of the mics and just crowd around one. Ha, no, I'm kidding. Keep up the good work, guys. So that was from Xanoded. I hope I said that right. It's Xanaoded.
And both of our reviews that we considered to be from outside sources
sound like you paid them.
And,
I was sitting here
we
like,
definitely don't have the
you
money
absolutely.
to do that.
Well, that and they both mentioned the fact that we don't have one mic, and I didn't realize that was such a thing that happened with podcasts. I don't think I've actually seen a podcast where they use one mic.
There is quite a few of them,
Jeez.
and that's how mine started.
I don't know, splurge on just a few more dollars and get you another mic.
Like, just in the short time that I haven't been here, it's just way nicer. You know what I mean? Like
every time we come back,
next
there
time
has
you
been like
it's progressed a little bit.
Yeah.
Next time you come, there's just going to be like 6 more mics.
Hell yeah!
There's going to be too many. They're not even going to be able to use them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always really nice. I'm still waiting for that really negative review because I can't wait to like see what they have to say because I really want to hear like, this is terrible, or
you need some point to go off of.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, oh, well, I got to fix that.
But I definitely appreciate all the reviews. The reviews are what make the show popular on Apple Podcasts because the more reviews you have, the more ratings you have, the more it moves it up the rankings, and the more people, if they just type in juice, it'll pop up. Now you have to type in, I think I've gotten it to JUICEI, and then it'll pop up.
Oh, nice.
So it's getting there. I just want it to be the first thing that pops up when somebody types it in.
The goal is just Jay.
Yeah, exactly.
The very first one.
Yeah.
And then we have to beat out Joe Rogan for that.
Exactly.
So.
Good luck.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon unless he dies and stops podcasting.
Well, you never know.
He's probably got plenty like already recorded to keep posthumously.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it.
Posthumously?
Yeah. Like, yeah.
That's not a word. That's not a word in my vocabulary.
It's releasing stuff after you're dead. You know what it means though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just told you.
You just told me. You told me, and then you said, you know what that means, right?
And then I told you.
Yeah,
So that was my bad. But anyways.
Well, he didn't want to embarrass you.
I know. I mean,
just wanted to embarrass myself.
I'm all about like learning new words and stuff. I've never claimed to be the most vocabulary-based person. Yeah.
Yes.
You're not a linguist?
No, definitely not a linguist. And
Cunning linguist.
And nor will I ever be.
You are funny.
So what's been up with you guys? You guys have played music, I'm assuming, recently?
Honestly, no.
No?
Yeah,
we
pal around at the house with music. We just play there, but we haven't done any shows or anything.
Yeah, we've been actually real busy with life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand completely.
But I mean, yeah, we still hang around the house and jam all the time, just whenever we're bored. But yeah, we don't have anything coming up.
We might have a Christmas show in January.
With the Juice in the Morning podcast, you will have a show in Cincinnati if you'd be interested in doing it. We're just trying to put the details together with the guys from the Pointless Discussions podcast. So
nice.
Yeah, she mentioned that right before we came. I was like, I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, it'll definitely take some planning because I'm not going to be able to go up there with no like idea for a show. Mm-hmm. So I have a feeling that I'm going to like utilize you guys a lot for like just music and kind of like breaking up the monotony and making sure it's entertaining.
Yeah, we would love to do that.
Yeah,
that sounds like a good time. Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah, let's just do it like spring or summer, so we can go to a Reds game or something.
Yeah,
we can do that. Like be a part of the podcast,
and that's what I'm trying to do because in February is the 100th episode. So February 17th would be the 100th episode if we keep on the schedule that we've been doing.
Right.
It'll be the 100th episode. So I think it'd be really cool to do a live show as the 100th episode.
Nice.
It'd be really good. And
good idea.
And that way we can start inviting friends and family so that if nobody shows up, we at least have them there to make it soften the blow a little bit of rejection, you know?
Yeah. There you go.
Going in positive.
Exactly.
Yeah. you got to cover all bases.
Absolutely.
I always lower my expectations going into stuff.
Of everyone and everything. Absolutely.
Nobody's going to come, so we got to fill some space.
You got to set the bar low so you hit it high.
They're going to bring out a bunch of chairs. I'm like, we don't need that
many. You need like 17.
However,
maybe.
Let's push it.
Shooting for the stars.
If we do it somewhere, just be like, if you guys can just bring the staff out, that would be great. Like, nobody else is going to be here. Don't worry.
So speaking of not thinking very highly of people or lowering our expectations, it is time for my favorite segment of the week. Judgment Day.
The only segment.
Judgment Day.
Man, I set that up perfectly and the music didn't start.
You just want me to
Come
go
on.
do.
Exactly.
Do. There it is.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Judgment Day with Juice and Shane.
That is amazing.
That is awesome.
And as
yes.
always,
Loving that.
just so we're clear, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sarah Connor.
As long as you said it.
And you're totally welcome to pick a character.
Yeah.
It just can't be T-1000 because that's CT.
That's CT, yeah. So,
No, I mean,
You can choose my character.
You wanna be-
I like for you
she's
to
definitely a
choose
Sarah Connor. I mean, she's a bad motherfucker. I mean,
Well,
you know,
see,
so,
Appreciate that.
Sorry.
so can we just do no, I'm just kidding. A Sarah Connor 2?
future
No.
and
No, it's
past
in the
version.
new ones. Yeah,
What's the son's name?
I can't
Still
remember.
Connor.
John?
But John Connor.
Yeah.
So,
John Connor.
And then
I can be him if you want.
You be John Connor, and
Yeah.
you can be his asshole little friend in the arcade. You know, like the one that's like.
I would I'm gonna be honest and say I'd probably be more of the asshole friend between the two of us.
No, if I'm anybody in the, I'm like the doctor who gets his ass kicked by Sarah Connor. You know what I mean? You know, like, I'm just coming in here to administer a shot. Bam! You know, I'm knocked out.
The one like he's got the nightstick and he's like like the
That's the
You guys,
that's my-
I've realized that you know way more about the Terminator movie than
like,
I do.
Like I can break down. I won't.
But
I can break
I stepped
down,
out
like-
of that ring immediately.
I've seen it a couple times. I've seen it a couple
So-
I've
times.
seen it a couple, 20, 30 times probably.
Yeah.
I
Easily.
think it is on Netflix right now, too.
Oh, nice.
So, Judgment Day is a game that we like to play where we pick somebody out of either a celebrity or just like any everyday life that you just want to judge and, talk some shit about them, because clearly there's a lot of people out there that need to be judged. I mean, I'm judging my dogs right now for going nuts downstairs and
I was
barking
wondering what
and
that
howling.
was at first.
Those weren't our sound effects.
Yeah,
No,
it
that's
sounded
definitely a
like
sound effect of Judgment Day.
I thought it was a Judgment Day, like the hounds you were releasing them.
No, we're
Like,
feeding you to the dogs.
yeah, I was like, what?
So somebody that
There you go again.
somebody that I feel like needs to definitely be judged this week. I was driving home from work and there was a big long traffic jam. So everybody's going around, everybody's kind of like inching their way around this car. Well, I pull up to this car and there's a dude with a man bun in the front seat. His lady is actually outside of the car pushing the car. So my first judgment is man bun. Second judgment is the fact that he is having his female counterpart, I'm assuming significant other, pushing the car instead of him getting out and pushing the car
Whoa.
and letting her steer. Because whenever I've had my car break down, I always tell my wife to get into the front seat. I push the car, you steer. Then my immediate always trying to play devil's advocate popped in and was like, well, maybe it's a stick shift, but then that doesn't matter because he could just put it in neutral. So yeah, this guy's just a fuck and he's forcing his
Even if it
significant
is
other.
just your friend.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, get out and help.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
Come
exactly
on,
right
bring up
with
some
that.
chivalry.
stranger.
But let's be honest with you here. Starting with A, he had a man bun. She was probably more able to push the
Yes.
car than him. Let's be honest.
I'm gonna.
It probably started out that way, and she was like, "Get the fuck in the car, you pussy! Let me push this, you little bitch! Why am I dating you right now?"
That is a good point.
that's a good
Yes.
breakdown.
That's probably exactly what happened.
That's a good breakdown.
So to me, I don't have a problem with a man bun. I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean you can do what you want to do.
the
but
problem with man buns are a lot of times the people that have man buns should have no business in having man buns. Like it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
They don't have like a big thick mane. They just have like the shittiest long hair I've ever seen.
Like Thor, cool man
Yeah,
bun. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Please do.
yeah, that was cool.
The reason I have a problem with man buns is because usually they have like shitty hair, and they're like, "Why are you growing your hair out? If anything, you should just shave it all off."
there you go.
And
Like
then-
I did.
And this, I mean, you
You said
You
it.
pulled it
Yeah,
off.
like,
I did it.
yeah,
you
like-
figured it out. I mean,
Yeah.
you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. That's another thing when people go bald and they just leave all that shit on the sides, and I'm just like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah,
you look
just
way
do it
better.
away
Like,
with, yeah.
I got way more respect for what you got going on
Yeah.
over here than.
You got to go down to the hardwoods.
You want to know
He
what
came home
happened?
and just
what happened with this? I was in the gas station. You know, you have the cameras that point on you, and so the one was from behind me, right? And I'm looking at the TV, and I'm like, no way, that's fucking me right now. And no shit, went home and just we're done with that. Like,
it was the first time I had ever shaved a head.
Yeah.
He goes, "What you got?"
Yeah,
and I'm
I was
like,
get
I
on
guess
it.
I'm
It's done.
shaving. Yeah, like I'm in here.
It was hilarious.
So definitely, I'm judging the guy for having his lady drive the
Yeah,
push
that's
the
bullshit.
car. And then, you know, on a good judgment,
Maybe not.
I got pulled over by a police officer for going 36 and a 25 in front of a school, and this guy was super cool about it. So not all cops are dicks, because he pulled me over. I didn't have my sticker on my license plate, because I just got the registration like a while back and put it in my glove box, didn't think about the sticker. And so he was like, you know, that's a $200 ticket right there. The traffic cops will give you. He's like, if you get out right now and put that on there, I'm just going to let you go. No big deal. No ticket, nothing. So he was like, I just want people to kind of slow it down here in front of the school. And I was not paying any attention at all. I was literally like writing notes on my phone about this guy that I had just seen with pushing his car, having his lady push his car. So I'm just glad that he didn't get me in trouble for that.
For that, yeah, I was like,
What are the chances you get both your judgments out of about 20 minutes?
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. But and then what it makes me think of though is like, I wasn't doing anything illegal besides just driving a little bit faster, but I still get super nervous when somebody pulls me over. Like I get scared. Like I'm like looking around, do I have anything in the car? Like, but I know I don't have anything in the car, but I still get that like
I think there's
anxiety.
one of two reactions to getting pulled over, and there's two kinds of people. There's either people that are like shitting their pants and they're like, I don't think I've done anything, but I feel like I've done something.
Yeah.
And then the other people are just like, fuck him, I didn't do nothing wrong. Like, like
yeah, those people are going to jail.
sometimes,
Most of the time.
sometimes I see a cop behind me, I'm like, pull me over. I didn't do nothing. Pull me.
Dude, I'll tell you what, like, you know, being a person that used to, like, quote unquote, ride dirty all the time,
Partake.
and, you know, don't do that as much
That was
anymore.
probably
You know what I mean?
the best way of saying that. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
so like, you know, I'm for like the first time in a long time, I'm just like, you know what? I'm okay with getting pulled over. You know what I mean? I've done nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Until it turns out like, oh, you know, your license plate is fired. Shit. You know, like, man, I knew I was forgetting something.
A year ago.
When they're about to pull you over, you're like, yeah, fuck you, pull me over. And then they pull you over like, yes, sir, how can I help you? Like,
Yeah.
Yes, officer.
You left your pipe on the back of the fucking car. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oops.
That thing.
Yeah.
All right, so between you three, who wants to go first on their Judgment Day?
I'll let one in. I'll let
Go ahead.
Sarah Connor 2 go.
Okay. Man, we just had an incredible. Well, it wasn't incredible. I'm gonna judge. We went to the Hardee's that's at Shelby and Washington near our house. Yeah, absolutely. I'm calling you out. If you work there, like this place needs your help. Like these employees do not care. Like they will look at you and just stare at you. I'm like, what is going on in your mind that this is okay? Like this person literally had a dustpan and a broom just walking around past every cigarette butt. There were 30,000. He was having to kick through them.
He's literally just
walking around.
He's literally just walking the parking lot.
I'm like, dude.
But
So he was looking for something specific.
yeah, ground
Really,
scores.
like ground scores, yeah.
But like
It's
really,
like-
it's just like
It was a bunch of teenagers just running this place, and I'm just like,
we stood there
I'm
for
judging
like
you
10
so
minutes with
hard.
the ladies back to us, like just like not said a word, and we're just like,
Yeah.
what's up?
And
You
I
know,
do-
like,
yeah.
She goes,
We'd like
she
some
turned
food.
around, legit goes. She goes, have you guys ordered yet? And I was like, for real? You're the only one behind the counter. How do you not know if we haven't ordered yet? We've been standing here forever.
Well, have
Like,
you seen my face before? Then no.
no, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's like, do you
So-
have any orders on the docket?
Yeah.
No. Like, what the fuck?
On the docket.
It's funny that you bring this. It's funny that you bring this up. I've been working so hard at not
Oh yeah, not
judging people. So as soon as you brought that up, it's like, I'm tapping in.
I think it's a good way to get some anger out.
This feels
Absolutely,
Yeah, shit.
but
Yeah,
I
for
like
sure,
that you.
because she's right now.
I like that you gave somebody a shout out. I mean, that was really nice. I don't really have any, but
no, so fuck Hardee's on what street was that again?
Shelby
Washington
and
and
Washington.
Shelby.
yeah, it's right before.
All right, if
you
any
get
of
to the
management's
interstate.
listening, get your shit together.
I'm going to go ahead and say they're not.
not, or they are and they're ignoring everything else.
Because they don't give
Yeah.
a shit.
So go ahead and keep
Well,
listening.
you
then.
can't stand.
Yeah.
You can't
Also-
stand your back to a
The food was pretty good.
No, also funny story.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
small note.
yeah, I don't
Food
want
was
to.
good.
Yeah,
Food
the
was
people
good.
that are working the kitchen in the rear are.
But we just went
pulling
there
it together.
we went there to be quick, and it was
The
like
rear.
an hour. Like for
yeah,
real, it was
we
crazy.
we thought it was going to be an In-N-Out Hardee's experience.
it was like an hour.
We go to the front door.
You've
it
got a
doesn't-
culinary
doesn't
chef
even
in the
open.
back. He's probably taking his time.
Well, the front,
Microwave.
yeah, the front door was locked, and there were 15 people inside.
And there was a burnt bag of
Hardee's out front.
Somebody had lit their fucking bag of food.
Because they were so mad.
This Hardee's is a fucking war zone.
For real, dude. And we're like, what? And some guy, some real nice guy, like, that was
was in
waiting
front
for
of
his food, decided to tell us this whole story about the flaming bag of food.
Yeah.
We're like, cool. Like, that's fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks.
He
that,
showed
like,
us how to open the front door. He said it's not locked. You
Yeah.
just got to pull it harder than ever.
And he was this real nice, genuine guy. So.
This
It was
is
awesome.
the Thunderdome of
This is
Hardee's.
a lot to take in. And I would just be like
Yeah.
shocked at what's going
An
on.
hour later, we were like, what an experience.
The and
Like,
reason why this came up, she was just like, you text me like when we were sitting there. And
Yeah.
she's like, and I just told her about it. And
Oh,
she's like,
even better.
I'm hard
Yeah.
as it is. Like, fuck, didn't even question it. And I was like, you're absolutely right.
Yes.
Like,
So
this
lot,
is-
sure.
lot to go through for a full belly.
yeah, and it was like we were literally just looking fucking dip in and out. There was nobody in the parking lot. It seemed like cool.
Yeah.
We're just gonna slide in here and be gone. No,
Well, yeah.
not a chance.
I have a laundry list. Of
Yeah.
So for you, Creedon, was the Hardee's one yours
No.
as well? Oh, okay, good.
no.
I want to
No.
hear this.
I've got a.
I
I've
don't
got
know
one.
his. I'm so excited.
So, you see many of these gentlemen out in the streets, and they're older. They're older guys. They're, trying to look younger,
Oh yeah.
but with the sagging pants,
Oh.
like in your 50s, 40s, 50s, wearing
30s,
afflictions,
any age. You
wearing
suck.
affliction shirts
American-
with the fucking earrings.
American Fighter shirt.
Yeah, and like bedazzled jeans
Chin-
and fucking
Chin strap.
Chin strap.
So everything you just described was
Yeah,
me.
okay.
Was me like 8 years ago.
Yeah, but you were a young guy though. Like that's what I'm
That's
I'm
true.
talking about.
That's true.
Grown ass men who are afraid to be a grown ass
Yeah.
man. Is
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
fucking talking about.
Yeah.
Go learn to build something with wood or something. Stop wearing fucking your girlfriend's pants.
Or just go learn anything.
Or,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I have more
completely
respect-
agree
if he
with
went-
that.
I don't
If that guy
even- yeah.
went and learned how to knit, I would have way more respect for that than
Absolutely.
him wearing those dumbass clothes.
Exactly,
Dude.
because he does nothing but beat his fucking girlfriend and drink Mountain Dew and fucking stuff like that. Like
My gosh.
Drink Mountain
I
Dew.
mean,
Like,
he's not wrong.
I'm
I'm just-
harshly judging those that drink.
But
Mountain
that's
Dew.
who my judgment is.
Nice.
Like I'm judging
Yeah.
you hard. Like grow up. You're fucking an old.
Yeah.
If you could just learn how to pull your pants up.
That's that's just really the number
Why?
one part of it.
What's
is
the
fucking
purpose?
And then there's
sagging
the
your
kind
pants.
of like I have a little judgment on the girl that decides to be with that guy.
Oh,
Yes.
judge her hard.
Yes,
'Cause
Judge her
absolutely.
hard.
What
Well-
do you like being
Like,
beat?
and-
the thing of
Or
it
even if it's any type
just
of
loves getting
anything,
hit.
do you just like? How do you even look at him?
The thing of
I
it
don't know.
is I think it's a product of how many divorces are happening because
So
these guys are getting
yeah,
put
yeah,
back
yeah.
into the dating
Yep,
pool,
yep.
and the
So when
type
they
of
were-
woman they're looking
Yeah.
for is attracted to that kind of
Flashy.
flashy show, like he's a bird in the wilderness.
Well,
like
that-
the flashier he is, the
So-
more
Yeah.
more mates he can attract.
So that guy's married and he's probably wearing like
Divorced.
Yeah, or no, I'm saying no.
Oh,
He's
okay.
married at this
Gotcha.
point. He's wearing like V-neck sweaters
Yeah.
and watching Jeopardy at 7
Birkenstocks.
o'clock every night, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But then he gets a divorce and he's like, "Man, I don't know what to wear. I'm trying to get back out there on the market.
Don't do
Let's
it."
go to the Buckle and buy everything."
Like why?
And they have no limits on the
It's
credit
the
cards.
Buckle.
Where did that start?
I don't
Like,
know.
Yeah, like
I see the guy out at the bar and he's just like wearing all that stuff, and I'm like, "You're going through some shit, dude."
You're
like,
going through
like
all of
I'm
it.
28 and I dress more like an old man than like I dress like an old man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
same.
sure. Yeah.
I'm 29. I dress like an old man,
Yeah,
and I
wear-
like that.
I wear flannel like every other day, or
and And I'm not right
Invest.
now. I actually have like basketball shoes on.
Yeah,
but
when
I
we first
usually
started
wear
dating,
rock climbing shoes, or like hiking shoes, like every
Because you want to be comfortable.
He asked me if I was
Exactly.
okay with that. He said, I just want to make
I
sure.
wear it to like weddings. And
Yeah,
shit.
he was
I'm not
like,
giving a fuck.
I wear Keens everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Like, what do these shoes do for me, as in like performance wise, as opposed to like these look cool, like,
Yeah,
but my
exactly.
fucking feet hurt all the
Yeah.
time. Like, I get that.
I'm a big fella, so I need something to support all.
I
this,
just
you know.
here's my thing. I'm wearing moccasins now, but I'll just buy Vans, like old school Vans. I have
Yeah.
like 8 pairs of them, and I just like blue, you know, like
Yeah.
whatever color, you know, just rock that.
But
whatever.
I think once you get into like a serious relationship, you kind of like you stop being as like flashy or like as I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like when I was like in the dating scene, like I wanted to wear the nicest stuff and all, like I wanted to look good, I wanted to match and everything like that. But that's because it's once again I was like doing the female and male bird thing where like I got to be as flashy as I can and attract attention. But the thing is like I learned that worked for me when I was 18 to 20. But then from 20 to 23, when I met my wife, what worked for me was I'm just going to wear whatever I want,
Yep.
as comfortable as I want,
Right.
and just have the best time in the place that I'm at, because people want to hang out with the person that's having the best time. Like if you're out there and you're just like, woo, let's go, like, and you're just like having a good time. Some people aren't like that, but I'm like that. And when you're doing that, people want to gravitate towards that because they're like, what the hell's going on over here? This guy's having a blast. Like, I want to be around that person. Mm-hmm. And so that ended up working for me. So like it's kind of been like an evolution. But if I was to like have to be forced back into the dating game right now, I have no idea what I would do.
Nah.
I have no idea.
We hope you wouldn't wear bedazzled jeans.
I definitely wouldn't do that.
Not to get extremely deep or anything, but I feel like if I were forced back into the dating scene, I would just kind of like, this sounds fucking gay, but be myself and just kind of like wear stuff that just like I like, because I'm past that. Like I'm past like trying to put on this facade to look like I would never go like, oh, I'm gonna do a makeover and go to the mall and buy all this new shit that looks cool, because I would just like wear,
I don't know
wear
any new
wear
clothes
like a
since
nice
we've been dating.
I would just wear like a nice shirt out, I don't know, and then just be like, oh, this is what it is.
I've never known the word or known the phrase "in season."
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, something that is a very
You know?
good opportunity for listeners, we do have shirts on Etsy.com
Nice.
for
Good segue.
Juice in
Segue.
the Morning shirts. They also make
plug.
great.
He's good at that,
They
man.
also
That's nice.
fucking
Dude.
jealous of that.
They also make great Christmas gifts. So if anybody wants a shirt, I'm telling you, they're
the
very
juice is
good.
worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes,
That's
when it
awesome.
comes to these shirts, the juice is definitely worth the
They're
squeeze.
good quality. They fit well. I like them. I'm a fan. So
If you're a frugal individual,
Also,
You like
if
that
you're
word?
just a fan of it and want to spread your, love of the Juice in the Morning podcast, just go ahead and get the shirt for a Christmas present.
Yeah,
you know What I
absolutely.
mean? And just be like, hey, listen to this podcast.
yeah, for
or
sure.
if you don't like us or if you do like us and you just want to wear, like you don't want to wear the shirt, just buy it and don't wear it. But you're just promoting us.
Exactly. And on top of that, if you hate it, buy the shirt and burn it. That's fine with me.
Yeah, just like that bag of
purchased
Arby's.
Buy it first.
Callback.
I mean, these kind of shirts are good for rags, and you get a nice, if you're washing your car,
Absorbent.
absorb it.
You can also make
Soft.
nice cutoffs.
Yeah,
Pillow-
absolutely.
Don't forget about summertime.
Pillowcase.
people.
Tie it in a knot, dog toy.
There you go.
You can get any use out of them.
Yeah.
So just
So-
buy the damn shirt.
Is it just Etsy.com?
For now, unless you just want to hit us up at juiceinthemorning@gmail.com and let us know you want a shirt.
Absolutely.
And if you're my mom, I'll just give you one, and you can throw me a 20 spot.
There you go. And okay, so last judgment before we get out of here with the judgment segment.
Mine's a little harsh because it's like I'm being judgmental when maybe this person's going through a lot of stuff, and I feel like kind of a dick, but I'm going to go for it
Hey,
anyways.
go for it.
So I go to this gas station by my work either before or after almost all of my shifts, and there's this lady, and she has at one point she had dentures. They're no longer in her mouth.
She lost them.
She's a rough-looking individual, and I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. Like, whatever. Bro, you do you.
Yeah.
But when I go to pay her, she licks her hands and then counts the money. And she has this thing where she does the little... The denture lady...
Don't make that noise.
I mean, he's not wrong. So
I hate
she does this little thing with her tongue where she'll, like, intermittently throughout her... Whatever she's doing, she'll just give out a little, like...
Lizard tongue?
A little lizard tongue. And I'm like, so for a long time I've thought that's very gross, but then she proceeds, like, I'm like, I'll just pay with my card. Because I gave her money. I only had cash because I just worked my shift or whatever, and she just straight, like, palm licks her hand and starts to count my money. And it just grosses. Like, I'm kind of a germaphobe anyways, and some people.
Yeah, even if you're not, that's not okay.
I mean, money's already gross enough, but like, damn.
Look at Creedon; he's so in despair.
But then that makes me
got it pictured in my head watching
me too.
her do that slowly. Too.
Yeah, but then this makes me think of how many fucking people out there are licking money. Like, how many people are doing that? And then, so you got to think, pretty much every $1, $5, anything you're holding has lick on it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like every single one has cocaine on it.
I'm going to bring this all full circle here.
Okay.
Back to cocaine.
Yeah,
I've seen a dude lick
Yeah.
a fucking Coke dollar, dude.
Oh my god!
And like literally, I almost threw
Everybody-
out.
That's giving me like a stomach, like.
But everybody knows you don't snort coke with a $1 bill,
Yeah.
right?
It's got to be.
Oh no, it was, but no, it for sure was. And
Hundreds
the dude
only.
licked it, Yeah.
Just so everybody know, I've never done coke. So.
So that I think that we can definitely judge that lady hardcore.
And she's just
She
like,
might die soon because of all
I've
the
never
like
done cocaine.
germs and stuff.
She's a smoker, and her mouth just does nothing for me in the sense of like. It
Dude,
just,
what do you want her mouth to do for you?
yeah, that's good and everything, but she just kind of gross to me. And
Yeah.
it really
Absolutely.
hurts my soul when she licks my money.
Have you ever asked her to just not lick it?
No, I'm not that guy that's like, and she's always super nice, which makes me feel worse about it. But just like, I just want to be like, don't lick my money. Like,
Can you not just lick your thumb?
He like says it under his
And once
breath.
you say it, you'll never be able to go back to that gas
She
station.
does the
ever
Peyton,
again.
the Peyton
And that's
Manning
like
licks both hands.
And that's my and like I get like blue. No, but I get out of work and I'm like, man, I want to go to this gas station and get something to drink or whatever, but like I don't want to deal with this. And so like, and on 96th Street, there's like one gas station on the whole street, I think, and then to go to another one, you have to like pass the thing, and they have the whole U-turn thing there, and I'm like, I just want to go home. I just want to drink.
I just want to go home.
So I just got to weigh my options. Do I want this lady to lick my money? But so what I do now is she licks my money and she gives it to me. I touch it with like two hands, like little, like
pinchers,
little, like crab
You just
hands.
need to get a glove. Just get a glove. Just go in there.
I'm not
The
against
96th
that.
Street
and
gloves.
just kind of put it on dramatically, like in front of her, like letting her know, like I'm putting this glove on because you're disgusting.
One day she's gonna go, why are you wearing gloves? I'm like, oh, funny that you asked.
Exactly. Like, just like, oh, you've got this glove, or I've got this glove because you're doing
So I put the money in my wallet, and then I walk to the bathroom and wash my hands because I'm that grossed out by it. And then, so I have to do all that just to get a fucking Gatorade.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely
and-
judging her quite a bit.
I'm judging her,
So-
and then I feel bad that like you have to put your money, like your other money has to suffer. That like, you know what I mean? Like like that money just got licked, and
So now
then like the
there's-
other money is like, ooh, we don't like those dollars. You know what I mean? Like, why'd you put those in there, Dad?
Yeah,
Like,
Dad, I love that you're saying it. I love this little
money
picture
is
you're painting. Like,
yeah, that's your family. That's
like,
your
sorry,
children.
I got to give you guys up. Like, I'm sorry. I need this thing more than I need you.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's so
Another
good.
thing about this gas station also, I don't want to get too far into it, but they are always in there, and that's like kind of what you were talking about, the Arby's. They're always cussing.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be an employee. I'm just saying. Like, there was like...
Yes.
Professionalism.
There was like crazy fucking day, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't work here. You're not supposed to say that to me.
I'm on this side of the counter. I can cuss.
Yeah.
You don't cuss.
Yeah. And they'll just be like, this is like, everyone's always like
You
real,
must be relatable. They immediately think you're best friends.
I don't think so.
Like,
But they're just always.
I don't think so.
I don't find myself as a very relatable. I don't look
Me
like
either.
a relatable person. I am very relatable, but I don't look relatable. I always look like pissed off, and it's because I'm always making the grossed out face, like because I'm grossed out by so many things.
Yeah.
So I'm just always walking around like, ugh.
That's awesome.
Man, if we hung out, you'd be grossed out a lot.
No,
Yeah, I'm
and
a
then
pretty
it's
gross
weird,
person.
that, and then I'll admit this. My grossness has no, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, certain things that should be disgusting to me are not, and then things that are, like, normal, like people touching my food and stuff, or that grosses me out. Like, I'll tell the cooks at my work, I'm like, hey, can you wear gloves while you make my food? And they get
It doesn't
shitty.
matter if you
They
do
get
it with
so
other people's
shitty.
food, but just
Yeah,
mine.
I don't give a fuck about their food. And then another thing I'll do is, like, In high school, like I hate to admit this, but I ate a hot dog out of the trash for $5.
Hey, I've done some weird things for money, not sexually.
And
I want to dig into that
beg
later.
to differ.
And like I just don't like it. Doesn't make any sense, but it's gross to me. But that one, that's kind of like all over the board. Like that's gross to everyone. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I like that you went on a self judgment.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I like
He does self-judge
good.
some
quite
kind
a
of
bit.
like thou shalt not judge thy. I don't know.
So
Some
then
kind
you
of
just bring it back on yourself
Yeah.
twice as hard.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So that ends the segment. I feel like we're going to judge the guy driving the car and having his lady push it. We're judging the fuck out of Hardee's. We're judging the fuck out of Speedway. And then we're
It's
also
not
judging.
Speedway. Not every gas station is Speedway.
Grown ass men that don't know how to be men.
Money liquors.
I don't
Yeah.
want to say what gas station. Rickers.
Money liquors. Yeah, that's way better.
I want.
way better.
She's a money licking lizard.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
little-
something, dude. I don't even know.
And old men that are
Hey.
trying to be young.
Somebody's grandma's out there licking
Trying
my
too
money,
hard to be young.
and it's pissing me off.
Get your grandma
And
together.
also, I'm still having issues with this whole four-way stop thing. Like on the way here today, I had a lady wave me on, and I was like,
Come on.
"But you got here first, lady."
Yeah.
She didn't.
Did you point and tell her to go?
No, I just like flips her off. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Sped real by,
We've
sped
ended.
by real
We
fast.
ended that segment of judgment. But what do you say? Flip off or flick off?
Flip off.
Flip off.
So what kind of psycho says flick?
I
The
don't
guy
know, maybe
flicked you off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like a soda pop.
Flick off? Who says that?
I've seen it recently twice.
Maybe it's like a pop soda kind of thing.
I never knew where it came
Flick
from.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like-
you're not flicking anything.
No, I mean, I guess if you really get aggressive with it, you're flicking.
Like,
But it's
Maybe you
always
do a
been.
snap with it.
But it's always been I think it's flip the bird. It's not flick the bird.
Flipping the
Because
bird.
flick the bird would be something
Like
sounds
you-
sexual.
Sounds like
Yeah,
you're
this-
hurting animals.
That sounds like you're flipping the tip of your penis. That's what it sounds like. Fucking work, man. That's what I'm flipping the bird.
Oh my god. Anyways, so Creedon and Jameson, if you guys are new listeners, have brought some music to the table most of the time. So I want you guys to hear their first song of the podcast, and then they'll play the last one at the end.
Cool.
So what you guys got for the first one?
We're gonna do
on the terms of Judgment Day.
yeah, Judgment Day. Yeah. A song called "Rivers of Babylon." Sublime did it. Bob Marley did it, and it's an old song. But here we go.
Rasta.
That up.
By the rivers of Babylon, where he sat down and where he went when he remembered Zion.
Oh, fight the wicked,
Carry us away, captivity required from us a song. How can we sing out a song in a strange land? So let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight. Override. By the rivers of Babylon, where he sat down and where he went when he remembered Zion.
oh, fight the wicked,
Carry us away in captivity required from us a song. How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land? How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land?
All right, That was awesome, guys. Killed it.
That was dope.
That was very good.
Yeah.
I had to take those headphones off.
Yeah, me too. It was like,
It was like all I could hear was this loud.
Yeah, I need to next time we'll adjust those a little bit
no,
because
that's fine.
because sometimes some people like them a little bit louder, some people like them a little bit lower. Because for me, I have really bad hearing, so mine have to be turned up really loud.
Yeah, no, for me, I just learned from last time that
I couldn't hear myself. So.
Yeah, from the first time to the second time, I just learned it sounded better when I take it off. Even though because
slight delay.
there's a little delay and
That's
a little bit of a
interesting.
note difference. It
That's
changes
cool.
it, so if you're not on key with that, it just makes it.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys are taking efforts to make it sound
Thanks,
better
man.
too. That's awesome. So this is the first podcast in the month of December.
Nice.
So, what do you guys feel like? How are you guys on Christmas? What is Christmas like for you guys?
Go ahead, start it.
Okay.
Good
so
or bad?
I put up the decorations the day after Halloween.
Oh wow, nice. That's
So-
early. I thought we were early after Thanksgiving.
We used to live with a family that they put up their Christmas tree and all of their decorations. It's a celebration the day after Halloween, and so that way the kids know that it's not about the present. It's about the spirit of family and friends and love and gratefulness. And so anyway, this year I was a total Scrooge last year. And so this year I decided to start it off right. I would put up the Christmas decorations. He came home, he was like, damn, I really like this.
I love her Creedon impression. It's so good.
Damn.
But yeah, dude, I love Christmas.
He
I
does.
love Christmas.
So I have a Scrooge quote up.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's me. It says, yes, I love Christmas.
I mean, I'm not, it's not like, presents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I just like, being around family, good
Well,
time.
I think when you're our
Yeah.
age, it stops being about presents, and because when you're younger, you're taught to for it not to be about presents, but it's still about presents.
Yeah.
And I think when you get a little older and you stop getting stuff, I know that sounds bad, a bad way to learn, but I think that eventually you start getting to the point where you see what Christmas is, and obviously you're a little smarter because you're older, but you start to figure out what it's all about.
So on a completely different note than that, what do you guys feel about dogs and Christmas sweaters?
it just really honestly depends on
And
the dog.
I don't want them to be hot.
Well, if you live in
I always
Minnesota,
worry about them being
where
hot.
it's negative whatever, cool. But if you live
Yeah.
in Indiana, where it's like 65 degrees right now,
Yeah.
Right now.
Don't torture your dog.
no.
Yeah, so I've always had the feeling that dogs don't like to wear clothes because
Yeah, I don't think
they
so.
they don't enjoy it.
They're
It
animals.
does look so cute, but you should probably not do it for a long time.
As soon as my wife puts her Christmas sweater on our little dog, he literally just like sits still and
Drops.
doesn't
He's sad.
move for like 3 hours.
He's like this shit again.
And then the big one just doesn't give a shit. He's like, you can put whatever on me. I don't give a fuck. As long as it stays there, I don't care. And he just like rumbles around with it on all the whole time. But I disagree with the dogs and clothes, but it's also sometimes there is a place for it, I guess. Christmas, Halloween, those kind of times. You can do that.
But
I do know
but
people that do it quite often.
I'm fine with putting it on, taking
Yeah.
a few pictures,
Yeah.
take it off.
Yeah.
I'm somehow-
don't torture the fucking.
I'm somehow
dog.
way cooler with a dog wearing a Halloween costume than a Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure why, but
Yeah, no, that's,
I'm not
that's
sure
for sure.
why, but
So
and
then-
we're with you.
Yeah,
I'm glad
I
you
don't-
agree.
And I 100%
concur.
agree because I'm not sure why I like that either.
I thought I was biased because I just love Halloween. Like you guys say you love Christmas, I love
No,
Halloween.
Halloween's
I'm obsessed with it.
Same.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's number 1, Halloween's number 2,
Then
St.
Christmas.
Patrick's
See,
Day.
in my house,
3.
even so, my mom made Halloween so great for me. So to us, like Halloween is like the number one. Like she used to go all out, do the fake spider webs and all that stuff.
Nice.
So yeah.
4th of July is great too. Okay.
So what
Fireworks.
So being like
Some fun shit.
into music and stuff. So do you guys have any Christmas favorite, like Christmas songs that are your favorite, like something that you really like to hear around Christmas time?
Well, tell me, we actually were just listening to an album.
Oh, the Peanuts Christmas, the Vince Guaraldi
Okay.
trio, that whole album
Yeah.
is my favorite by far. Just the whole fucking thing. Let it
Yeah,
go.
especially
And
to
then-
just get up in the morning. I mean, if you're...
Yeah, and it's just classy.
Yeah.
It's chill. It's
Yeah.
not. I mean, and then
What's the one we heard at Hardee's?
Oh, the waitress.
It was the best part about being there.
Yeah, the waitress's Christmas rapping. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Oh, I found out yesterday that I actually am a fan of Mexican Christmas music. They play like the guys in the back of the kitchen at my work. They play a lot of.
That's crazy.
That's cool.
I mean,
And it's
Feliz
not
Navidad
bad.
is all I know.
Like,
But that's
like mariachi?
No, like basically it's all the songs that whatever station they were listening to.
in Spanish.
It's just basically like the same as us, but like they were singing it in Spanish.
Cool.
Okay.
And
Okay,
it doesn't
gotcha.
sound like it's kind of put a new spin on it for me.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
actually a good idea. That's awesome.
no. I'm just playing a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
This
We're
is beautiful.
yeah. And Charlie Brown just kind of gives you like I don't know. I kind of
He's the most
maybe I have-
depressed character ever.
God,
Like,
dude.
I'm
Yeah,
not a fan.
yeah.
I don't know, but I just
It's-
love this
it-
fucking music. You know,
I wasn't always the biggest fan of
It's
Charlie
calming.
Brown. It just
Yeah.
always reminded me of Christmas. Like
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. I didn't read Charlie Brown or like comics or anything.
Right.
I love it.
yeah,
pretty
that's
great.
the only time I've only seen the specials. I've never really
Yeah,
read
exactly.
the comics either. But yeah, like this, and it's just like you just have it on in the background.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay attention to
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
perfect. Like
It's just
Christmas
chill.
morning.
There's
Yeah.
only a couple songs that have words on it. You know what I mean? It's pretty much.
I just don't like when it gets real like what do you want like opery like when
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
I don't know like
the Silent Night.
Yeah.
like
and,
that's I like that one because it is Silent Night, but there's other ones where they try to do that same thing that
Yeah.
it's
We're
not
just-
an as popular song,
Yeah.
and it's just like all right, dude, like
Yeah, I'm over it. Yeah, I get that.
So I've got one that is one of my favorites from a young Juice holiday. It was called Christmas in Hollis.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah,
Run
nice.
DMC. Hell yeah! That's a great one, dude. That's one of my favorites.
That's
too.
my favorite. So have you ever heard it, Shane?
we'll find out.
Dude, it's good.
Probably.
Oh, we're
I
gonna
was a
definitely.
big. You said Run DMC.
Yeah.
I was a big Run DMC fan when I was a kid. So
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I love that part. Dude.
Creedon did hip hop
and
Christmas
there's,
last year.
and there's no commercial. Oh, this song! You guys just got to hear this. It's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, it's got a weird intro
This
to
is
it.
the
I've
full,
seen that
the
video.
full
yeah.
intro.
Yeah, it's weird. But like any Frank Sinatra.
yeah, I'm into that too. Yeah. Anytime I think of like just a guy in a suit smoking a cigarette during Christmas, I don't know.
From my rounds.
Yep.
I'm late as it is.
I'm late as it is.
Is that colored people time?
Now stay put. Don't go anywhere till I get back.
But
Understand
shit.
me?
I just love Christmas music in general.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
This is it.
Here it is.
I just love the beat.
That sax coming in hard as stuff.
I've never watched the video.
It's wild.
It was December 24th on Hollis Avenue, the dark, when I seen a man chilling with his dog at the park. I approached him very slowly with my heart full of fear. Looked at his dog, oh my God, a ill reindeer. But then I was feeling good, the man had a beard and a bag full of goodies, 12 o'clock at night. So I turned my head a second and the
Good
man
old
was
Rev
gone.
Run.
But he must have dropped his wallet back dead on the lawn. I picked the wallet up and then I took a pause, took out the lights and then it cold said Santa Claus. $1 million in it, cold hundreds of G's. Enough to buy a phone, magic car with ease. But I never steal for Santa, cause that ain't right. So I was going home to mail it back to him that night. But when I got home, I bugged, cause under the tree was a letter from Santa and the door was for me.
Yes.
That's what's up.
What do you think?
Absolutely.
Christmas in Hollis.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
That song used to get me so hyped
I
back
wonder
in
if
the
there's
day.
a Beastie Boys Christmas
Absolutely.
song. That's what I would be like. I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Might be.
You can
There has
you can
to be.
Google
There
it. We
has
can
to be.
we can always plug your phone in. But so Christmas is like literally one of my favorite times of the year. My wife and I really get into it. She does all the
Your
decorating.
decorations
She
look
does all
nice.
the decorating though. I do nothing. Like
That's fine.
I get them in and out of the attic. Like that's my
Yeah.
job.
Sweet.
We're going. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Like,
yeah,
it's
we're going to
fine.
get our tree and stuff after
Yeah,
this.
I have
Hell
all the
yeah.
decorate. I don't have
Are
the
you
tree
guys
yet, but I
doing-
was lazy on
Are you
that.
real tree, fake tree?
Fake
This
tree
year? Yeah,
We have a
it's-
pre-lit fake tree. Yeah.
That's her mom's. We just, we're planning on moving from this home, so we're borrowing one from her mother.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you got like 3 of them laying around. Let me get that.
So that way next year we can get one to fit.
For sure.
wherever
Yeah.
we're
I didn't
going,
find
so.
Beastie Boys, but I found Twisted Sister.
Nice.
What?
Oh, come all ye faithful.
We got it. Just
That sounds horrible.
yeah. Let's hear a little clip though.
And just make sure that there's no commercial because I don't like starting with the commercial. There is. Good.
I
We
got
to turn
YouTube
down.
Red over here if you want to do that.
But no, I think it's like it's just the best. It's the best time of the year for me. I feel like it's always fun. It's always great to have family and friends.
Well, it just seems like everybody's kind of in a better mood, compared to the rest of the
They
year
try
where
to be.
everybody's just a
Everybody's
dick.
on their best behavior.
Yeah, exactly. So. Oh, it's to the tune of "We're Not Gonna Take
Yeah,
It."
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
So what this means is, that Twisted Sister doesn't know how to play any more than one song. That's hilarious.
Oh man, that is.
That's
funny.
good. That's good. Good. Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, so once again, it's a good time of the year. So a lot of the times, like what I was trying to figure out is we watched The Grinch Who Stole Christmas and the new one with Jim Carrey, or the newer one, I guess.
Yeah.
So first of all, I said the new one with Jim Carrey. That movie was released in
Like-
I want to say 1998 or 2000.
Yeah.
So it's like almost 18 years old.
Yeah,
that made me feel really old. That was the first part, and then the second part of it is, there's like generations of kids that are going to look at that as their Grinch movie. When I was a kid, it was the cartoon one.
You're a mean one,
You're
Mr.
a mean
Grinch.
one, Mr. Grinch. But yeah, so like now they're gonna I feel like they're gonna grow up with this one as being the one they watch, which I think is interesting because is it always going to be a cycle like that? Is there going to be another Grinch that's made in 10 years from now, and
For
then
sure.
then ours
Maybe
becomes the
less
old
time.
one,
Yeah.
and then just things kind of just die out.
The
slowly.
turnaround rate for when they remake movies now is insane because there's movies that I grew up with or even came out when I was in high school that they're remaking.
Yeah.
Well, and then that and I think the technology is going to go so far to where people in the future are going to look back on that film and just be disgusted. Oh, why are you watching that?
Sometimes, a lot of movies, either two things happen. Like when I was a kid, a movie would be really good to me, and then you just kind of have to figure out whether it holds up over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of movies are still great to me, and then I'll
Yep.
watch other movies. I'm like, God, this is horrible.
Yeah.
But probably my favorite movie from when I was a kid it has nothing to do with Christmas, but Bloodsport.
Nice. I love that movie too. Fuck yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
JCVD.
Anything.
Dude,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anything.
he's pretty much a stud. JCVD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing is, though, remembering movies that I used to love as a kid and then going back and watching them and whoa.
That was bad.
That's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Like Howard the Duck and what else? What's another one that I used to love all the time? It was, Surf Ninjas.
Oh my God.
I didn't even know that
Those-
existed.
Dude,
With
those
Carrot
movies
Top?
are
With
so
Carrot
bad.
Top?
I don't know. I can't remember.
The red-haired guy, Carrot Top.
Is he in that?
Yeah, he's totally in it. And with the
can't
kids,
remember it.
yeah.
Yeah, with the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're playing the little.
What about
Sega-
Three
Sega
Ninjas?
game. Yeah, three.
Oh
No,
my
that's
God.
good. That's
That's
still
so
good.
That still holds up.
That still holds up. That's good.
Rocky loves Emily.
Yeah.
Rocky
Three
loves-
Ninjas is still good. Yeah.
No,
But yeah, that's a great
I love
pastime.
the uncle in Three Ninjas. He died. I'm pretty
Grandpa?
sure. Yeah,
Grandpa.
Oh, you have to like this.
he was
Keep
also
your eye on the ball.
he was also Karate Kid, wasn't he?
No, that's a different guy.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, maybe not.
I think it's the
don't
same
know.
guy. We all have a machine right
Might
next to
be
us that can
getting a
look that
little
up.
racist here.
There are 5 machines.
Tell
that
it
can
all.
tell you.
Exactly. No, I think that another thing that I thought was interesting was I really, really hope that they never try to dip back into the Elf well, because Elf, as itself, is one of the funniest Christmas movies I feel like of all time. And when I watch it, it's so like it was perfect with how Will Ferrell plays the character, and then everybody else around him plays it so straight. Like because if they remade the movie, it would just be like go ridiculous. Like they'd be like trying to like make some of the same jokes, but like make them more outlandish
And try to one up the last one.
Yeah, and I think that would just ruin it, and they would just be a terrible, terrible thing. So just keep what it is right now.
Sometimes they do
but
that.
they offered him like tons of money to do a second one. Yeah.
They ruin a lot of movies. The thing that makes me mad is
They don't care, though.
He's not going to do another one.
No.
But he'll do dumbass movie with Mark Wahlberg where he's his stepdad. Like, come on, man.
They're going to do 2 of those, and that movie's probably not
I
good
don't
either.
understand
Right.
that.
When you could probably
Mel Gibson's in the second one. John Lithgow.
It might actually be.
Maybe if they wait long enough, he can be like an elf grandpa.
Yeah.
You can see like some.
You don't want
funny-
to reprise one of your greatest roles.
Yeah,
and
you're right,
But you
though.
want to do something like Mark-
Anchorman 2 fucking sucked.
Yeah,
that
it was
maybe-
bad.
Maybe he
You're
learned
right.
from that. I don't know.
There is a couple scenes that I think are hilarious.
Or maybe-
Yeah, the beginning of it was kind of funny,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like after the first 30 minutes, it was
Maybe
like, all right,
he's
I'm
just
done.
doing that because he doesn't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I didn't look at it that way. So maybe he doesn't want to ruin his great role.
Did
as
you hear they're
Elf.
doing a live Christmas story? Like,
no, that's-
it's like on NBC or
That's
one of
awesome.
them. It's like,
Is it going to be like a stage play?
yeah, kind of like, but it's I don't know exactly. It's
No.
like they did with the Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
where
yeah.
They did it live.
That's
It's the
awesome.
Same thing, but with
Oh, is it
Christmas.
all? Is it on Broadway?
No, I don't know. I think it's in a studio with
Okay.
an audience, but
Yeah.
I know. It's
Either
on
way, I'm going
That's
to look
cool,
it up.
though.
It's
Yeah.
live. It's like December 17th or something
Cool.
like that. So.
Cool.
Something that
Saw
a lot
it
of
on
people
YouTube.
don't like put together with like Christmas time and winter time is ice cream, but I always seem to
I
eat ice cream all year round.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We're
So-
an ice cream family.
So
And sorbet, gelato.
so
I
there,
hate when like Ritter's closes down. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, do you people just not like ice cream when it's cold?
Yeah,
like,
they're like we
I
see.
do.
Yeah,
huh?
they're like we see the numbers.
Look, this is Indiana. We're fucking fat. Like, leave that shit
Give
up.
us
Well,
our ice
also,
cream.
we're so fat that we won't get out of our car to walk up to that fucking door
Exactly.
to order the ice
Yeah.
cream. So.
Yep.
So the thing that I want to do, kind of like run by you guys and see what your thoughts are. I have for my entire life up until this year always used a spoon to get my ice cream out, and it's always either bent my spoon or like I've kind of like dug my hand in and gotten like ice cream on my hand, or like, you know, I have to pull the ice cream out and let it sit for a minute to like either get warm, something like that. When this entire time I've always owned an ice cream scoop. So like this
You don't
literally
want a dirty two thing.
that was my first logic. But then for the first time this year, I used one and realized how fucking easy it is to just you get your ice cream in like literally a quarter of the time. So I've
And it
literally
looks better.
It looks better. I feel like it tastes
Tasty,
better if
yeah.
it looks better.
Most things,
And
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if it was like, was it my stubbornness this whole entire time to never try this, or like what's the deal? Like what makes me make these decisions that I have a lot of things like this, and I feel like I'm pretty intelligent about some stuff, but when it comes to like just little stuff like this, I feel like I like fight against it because I'm like, oh no, I'm just going to use a spoon because that's just as easy. There's no way it's that much better. But it is.
You sound like
Also-
every old man ever. Like, I'm doing it because this is how I do it. Like, it doesn't have any logic to it or anything. Like,
there's none.
like, you know, when people are like, it's 2017, like now, and then like old people are still acting the way they did like in the 50s. That's
wanna-
the
I
same.
think for
You want
me
a
it's
quick tip?
laziness. Like for me it's just like
I told him to
I
microwave.
like how you said I don't want to fuck. I don't want to fuck with
Microwave the spoon?
No. I told him to microwave the ice cream for like 10 seconds. He's like, no, you can't do
You
that.
run the
No, he's
spoon
insane.
under hot
Yeah,
water, dude.
Well, that works too.
Run
yeah.
the spoon under hot water.
It gets cold
And
really
get one of those.
fast, though.
Get one of those.
No,
ice,
dude, Come on, dude. Just bring it from the water to the fucking.
Get one of those ice cream.
But then you get your like ice cream watery too.
Now,
Come on.
You
know the ice cream
serious bitching
scoop
statement.
the button.
Yeah.
That thing works so well because then it's stuck to the thing, and you're like, no, I can't.
Yep.
And then you just
Yeah, I
hit the little
fucking
button.
hate
the
it.
button
Nah,
is
the
nice.
button is
Is-
worse because it will stick and it pisses you off because you bought the fucking expensive.
Is yours the
fucking
shakeable
button.
kind that like they have the shakeable kind
No.
where it warms it up?
It's
Okay.
legit just
It's got the
just the
mercury
curve
or
and
whatever.
it just goes in smooth, pulls out the ice cream.
So
I save
those are
at
nice.
least 75% of my time that I used
Have
to.
you seen the spatulas for ice cream? Like how they
No.
use it?
See, you
cold-
guys are ice cream people.
Yeah,
'Cause I,
like how they
Look
use
at
the
me, dude. I'm an ice cream person.
they use them at Cold Stone Creamery,
Nice.
and it's like they're a metal spatula, so and they work really well.
I think the
awesome.
biggest thing I think I can solve all this is a lot of people have their freezer too cold.
That's true.
Like there's a freezer at work and they keep it at a certain temperature, and you go to dig in the ice cream. I could have a fork and it would work
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like it's just all about how like if you have it too cold, it's gonna be hard as shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
It's
good
going to be
point.
like concrete.
Yeah.
We also like to just get them in pints so we can eat the whole thing at once.
Yeah, that's that's
So-
me.
That's
Yeah.
the go-to.
all
Like-
1,500 calories at once.
Yeah, because I
That's
mean,
what we do. We
let's
just
be honest. If we get the quart, I'm gonna see that as a challenge. Yeah.
Well, you can't get 3/4 and be like, I'm done.
I'm not gonna put just a sliver of ice cream back in the fridge. I'm gonna fucking.
My
finish
girlfriend,
it off.
my girlfriend will eat 3/4 of her, and she's like, "Oh," I'm like, "How do you do that?" And then she'll come back to get it. I have eaten it also.
It's the self-control. I mean, some people
I
have
have
it, some
none.
people
Yeah,
don't.
what is that? Especially when it comes to food, I'm just like especially
Yeah.
lately, I've just been down in some food.
So you know, we're eating and we're having ice cream, and then you know, I was eating at a Mexican restaurant the other day, and I was having a conversation with my friend, and I know that you have a daughter. He has a daughter as well.
Mm-hmm.
We were sitting there talking about it because his daughter waves at everybody. Like she's real little still, so she
Yeah.
just like waves at like anybody that walks by. And we were having a conversation, and he told me a specific story of he was at the store and his daughter waved at somebody, and the person kind of like looked at her and like gave her a weird look, and then just like kept walking. What are your thoughts on that person? I guess we're doing a lot of judgment today, but what are your thoughts on the person not waving at the baby?
Well, first of
Because
all-
his first thought was, "Fuck you, wave at my kid," because
Yeah, well,
they're being
like-
nice. Like they're not like you're kind of like creating a complex
Yeah.
here.
That guy was like, or the person that didn't wave or got like made the face, like they're not contemplating that that's a little kid. Like
Yeah.
they're just saying like, what? Who's it? Like that's what you would do if a random adult waved at you.
Yeah.
If an adult waved at me, I'd be like, what the? Like, who are you? But since it's a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old, like you automatically, yeah, I'm with him. Like wave at my kid, or I'm gonna kick your ass. Like
That's what
it's the same thing, 'cause
That's
my-
what we were getting on. It's
Make
like,
my kid happy, you ask.
my daughter went through the same phase where like either she would just wave at everyone or she'd just go hi, like real loud. Like we'd just be standing next to it and like they'd be looking at like some candy bars and they're just like hey, and they'd be like kind of startled, but then what
Everyone probably was like, "Well, hi."
yeah,
Like, yeah.
And what I don't like about that is just because my kid wants your attention doesn't mean I want you to come over and have an 8-minute conversation
Yeah.
about
That's
oh
true.
your daughter's so cute, or like oh when my granddaughter, I'm like I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah.
so
keep walking, Gramps.
so it's actually really funny that you bring this up. So my girlfriend does this thing all the time, and you're probably the same way as me. I just assume, but
Yeah.
like we'll go out and we'll get into a conversation with someone, and I just don't do forced conversations. Like if someone starts talking to me, I'll just walk away.
Yeah, we gotta go.
so
Creedon and I dip set.
but my girlfriend is so
Irish goodbye.
My girlfriend is so nice that she'll just oh okay really oh yeah, and then I'll just like she's like why do you always leave me? It's like I'm not talking to that person. Like I'm not gonna sit here and have a 9-minute
yeah. I just
Yeah.
wasted time, and I
These-
don't have money for it.
And it's always
yeah.
I'm the king of just dipping out
Yeah.
of a conversation.
Yeah.
Like literally just
I
walking
owe you.
away.
I owe you nothing.
It's always old people. They're like these berries. They're so. And I'm just like.
I don't even have to say goodbye. Just see you
Maybe
later.
like a hello, my name is before you're just like these berries are.
I don't know. I
They're
think it's,
looking great and ripe today.
Yeah, I'm just like
I think
don't
I'm on
care.
the same page as you, but the other thing that I've noticed a lot lately, and I don't know if I never pictured myself having resting bitch face, but I feel like I must because nobody approaches me, like
Yeah.
almost ever.
Same here. But
And
when I'm with my girlfriend, she does not. She has like I'm also nice.
yeah, and when I mean, even like you know, I don't ever talk about where I work specifically, but I can talk about like what happens. there are like employees that are like, yeah, you're like really scary and like intimidating. I like think of you like as a cop because you always look serious. And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm that person. But then, like, I think about it, and I'm like, maybe I am because, I'm always thinking about what I need to do.
I'm the same
and
way.
like, I've got like this maybe like look on my face, like, man, I really got to get this done. And like, maybe I do look unapproachable, and it's just funny because, like, you know, growing up, I was like the guy that everybody wanted to talk to, have fun. I was always like, you know, messing around with stuff. So I think the beards get it though. I think the beards make you look more serious.
And being kind of
It
a
must be
bigger
my
dude,
beard.
too.
Yeah.
It must be my I was like, because I have the
Being a-
same problem. Like,
I get that a lot being just a big guy. I'm
Yeah.
a very happy, like, you know, outgoing person.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, I was fucking petrified of you. 'Cause I was like 5'3" when I was like in 8th grade or something. And I know I've told you this before.
I think you have,
but
It's still a funny story.
But I broke his brother's wrist.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We were
It's
in
hilarious.
summer school, and
Cameron.
he would always fuck with me. Like I was just coming, like all like tired.
that's
of it.
my brother.
and he would
He
just
was
be
a
like,
dick.
"Hey Shayna," like just like tapping me and coming up behind me and like trying to like fuck with me.
that is so good.
and I was like never in the mood to like. So,
Cameron's been on the show before too.
yeah, so one day, like we were in the hallway and he like hit me or did something, and I just fucking picked him up off the ground and slammed, and he put his hand down, and he broke his wrist.
Sounds awful.
And he came the next day. And he's like, "Yeah, I told my brother, and he's gonna kick your ass." I'm like, shit. So like, he probably didn't even think anything of it. And then I'm just like out walking out of school, like looking all around, like
Yeah.
waiting for this person who
No.
drives.
Creedon probably was
I didn't
pumped
even
that
know
you got his wrist.
Yeah, no, I thought it was funny first off, and didn't know like that somebody had broken his wrist.
in
I
my-
thought he'd just done something retarded.
Yeah,
You
in
know,
my
sorry
head,
for using
in
that
my
word.
head, all yeah, I did too earlier. I feel bad about it. I try not to do that, but
me too.
But in my head, I was just like, I had pictured you and saw you before. I'm like, fuck, that guy's huge. And then immediately was like, didn't think about like the logic of it, that you didn't give a shit or you thought it was funny. I was just like, he's gonna kill me.
No.
So
Did you tell me that you were 6 foot by the time you were in 6th grade?
Well, I was in I was in 6th grade. I was 6 foot tall, and
Yeah.
then I was 6'2" going into high school. I was 8th grade. And
Yeah. My friend.
Like,
Then when I
dang.
graduated, I was 6'4".
you were
so.
9 inches taller than me.
When I was I was the same with the height, but I was a string bean. Like I was like 157 pounds and 6'2", so like literally I was very, very skinny. So people weren't that worried about me that way. But that's hilarious that he did that to. I didn't know that was you. Cameron has told that story to me
Yeah.
before, and I didn't
He
know
just,
it was
like
you.
we had to, and I hated summer school. I didn't want to be there. And
Well,
then-
who wants to
and
be
then
at
there was
summer
this
school?
Kid fucking with me every day, like get this, and he did it because like he was good at getting under my skin and
Yeah,
bothering
yeah.
me. And I was
Oh
just like,
man, everybody.
And then-
Yeah, you don't
And
feel
then-
special because he gets under everybody's skin.
but he was so good at like doing something and then running away.
Yeah.
And then finally one day I got a hold of him, like finally grabbed his sweater and just picked him up off the ground. And then he was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Shit, I hurt this kid." The one time I touched him, and he's like, "Yeah, my brother's gonna whoop your ass." And I'm like, "Oh no, please don't."
No, dude, and that's funny that you actually broke his wrist because of the amount of beatings that I've dealt to that dude. Like,
Yeah.
he's only gotten one other broken arm from me. So.
If he just didn't put his arm down.
One other broken
Yeah.
arm.
that's
That's
it.
all.
So that, I mean, him not being scared of anybody makes me also think of the video I saw on Facebook about the goose that's not scared of the cows,
Oh,
like
it's
charging
like,
it.
yeah.
Like, geese are assholes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't wait for them to get out of here for a couple months. Like, I mean, they're just dicks and they're not scared of anything. If you haven't seen this video, go online, look it up. Literally look up goose that's not scared of anything, and you'll find it because it's the first video. But they're like, these cows are like charging it, and it's like pecking them in the face, and the cows are running away.
Damn.
Like, these things are like 16 times its size. Maybe. I don't know. Like,
I think I hate geese so much because I've had a dream where I had a sword and I was running
You're
into.
slaying them.
You know how their necks are long, so I was like running through a group, like a giant group. I'm just decapitating a whole bunch of them. That's how much I hate
It's like
geese.
when you run through a field
You-
of dandelions,
Yeah.
except it's
You get-
you
yeah,
with a
with
machete.
sword.
Did you
Like-
decapitate a whole gaggle of
Yeah.
geese?
a gaggle.
Maybe
Nice.
a few gaggles.
Oh,
No, so I've told this story on the podcast, I think, before, but I when I was mowing and doing landscaping for my uncle, I had a lot of battles with geese because I would be on the riding mower, and like when you would get close to their nest, they would like try to like attack me on the riding mower. So like I started off, I would take I took a stick with me, so like I would like kind of like poke them or like push them away, and they like would. It was almost like once again like Pavlov's dogs, like they would get used to that. So then the next thing, like I took an air horn because he worked in a warehouse, so you'd use the air horn when coming around a corner on a forklift. So I took that out there. They'd get real close, and I'd go and like get them with the air horn, and they'd run away. And so then, but then they got used to that because they knew nothing was happening to them when I would do that.
Right.
So then finally I show up and I bring my paintball gun and I'm out there and I'm like, as soon as they get close, I'm going to shoot them. And like I shot a couple of them, and then my uncle comes running out to the like field that I was mowing. He was like, hey, you can't do that because if you like kill them, it's illegal to kill Canadian geese. Yep. Which I don't understand. I think they're the rats of the bird world.
Well, there goes my sword thing.
Yeah. So
there goes my dream.
So basically, I just had to deal with like geese trying to jump on my riding mower and like peck at me. So I just told my uncle, I was like, well, if I can't do anything to get them away, I'm just going to avoid those areas, and they're going to grow really tall because I'm not fucking with those geese anymore. They're not scared of shit, and they're ready to hurt you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, people run from them.
It's called evolution.
But I don't feel like they're that like. How much?
Oh, they're gonna hurt. I
They
guarantee
do.
you.
It
Dude,
definitely
what?
hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, the geese, when they get you, it hurts.
Yeah.
It's like a hard pinch.
No,
No.
it's not. It's like
It's like if I take my fingers like this and then do
like if you, it's like
and
if
then,
you took a piece of pliers.
Yeah,
and, fucking
and they
squeezed
do
your
have like
skin.
little mini like
Yeah,
little
like
mini
little serrated,
razors,
yeah.
that are up there in their gums.
Dude.
Yeah,
If
I've
you-
been bitten by
They'll get
Canadian
you,
geese a
dude.
few
If
times.
you draw
It's not
blood-
A few. My name is Snickets, and I've been.
If a goose drew blue,
I've had a run in with them a few
if
times.
a goose drew blood on me, if a goose drew blood on me, I would kill the whole gander. I'd like, like you know that in movies where they get hit in the blood and they look at the blood. I would do that and then
It'd
just
be a zoom
murder
in.
all
No one
of
makes
them.
me bleed my own blood.
And then I would just murder all of them
Man,
and sleep fine at later that night. I hate birds.
You say sleep fine. He uses their feathers for his pillows.
Yeah.
so
And then they get one last little because it
Would
poked me
that
in the eye.
Would it taste good? Would it Canadian?
I don't think
geese?
that. I don't think so.
They-
Gamey.
Yeah, eat trash basically. So.
Yeah.
So we've covered quite a bit. I think that the geese and the judgment and all of that was good stuff. Before we go, do you have anything you want to add?
Just the T-shirts again. I mean,
They're on Etsy.
We got them now. We finally have them in our possession.
Also, when we get to 500 likes on Facebook, we'll give one away for free. That'll come out on my half.
Yeah.
Nice.
So also another thing is if you don't feel like dealing with the Etsy thing, which I feel like is maybe the case, just hit us up if you know
Yep.
Facebook, Instagram, our juiceinthemorning@gmail.com,
Yep.
and let us know. Give us your address, and we'll literally we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll bring it to you if I
Yeah,
have to.
we'll drive it over to you if we
Yeah.
have to. And then also, once again, you know where to find the show. It's at Juice in the AM on Twitter, on Instagram, and then on Facebook. If you just search Juice in the Morning, you'll find it. It's really easy. We do have 490 likes or something like that.
Oh, wow.
We're
Getting
really
close.
close to
is everybody
500.
just
Spread
gonna
the
be?
word.
Is everybody just going to be waiting
Just
by
share
the
it.
like button?
Just share it. Just like all of them, like everything. And also, like, the podcast is only going to grow and get better and more entertaining if you share with your friends and family, because then it makes us able to create more content, because that's my number one thing is I've slacked on the beer reviews because of being busy with work and all that stuff. So, just like it and share it, because one day we want to do this
500
as
and you get a free shirt.
we want
Have
to
you
do this
ever-
as a job.
Have you ever seen Galaxy Quest with Tim Allen with the aliens?
I have.
I've seen
Yeah.
pieces
He's like,
of it.
we
yeah.
need your help. So, guys, we need
That's
your help.
exactly right. So, and I think that Creedon and Jameson are going to go out on a high note with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a little Christmas song for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it. And Shane, tell them.
I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and hopefully the juice was worth the squeeze.
Nice. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas spirit ring. Voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Oh, everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Everyone dancing